Why, hello everyone, we're back once again, with this thing.
That thing.
We, the Anime Club, declare that we must end this goddamn thing.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. We usually start with recommendations. Okay, I'm gonna say I think that this is a good jumping off point to get into the webtoon if you haven't, right? Read from the beginning. Don't start in season 2. Read from the beginning, first of all, and then second of all, if you liked this, it would behoove you to check out Korean power leveling webtoons and web novels.
Yeah.
Because they're very similar to this. Like, there's the beginning of the end, omniscient reader's viewpoint, solo leveling, high level ranker in a low level tower, the ranker returns after 100 years, etc., etc. Those are, there's 1,000 of them. I've read most of them. You can go check them out. They're very similar. Some of them are better, some of them are worse. That's really up to reader interpretation.
Yeah.
And maybe check out God of High School. Yeah.
So I don't know a lot that's similar to this, so I don't really have any good recommendations, but I have heard people say that this scratches a similar itch to Hunter x Hunter, speaking as someone who's never seen Hunter x Hunter.
It does, yeah. Very similar.
As you said, omniscient reader, I myself might say novels extra, but they're technically not the same thing. But if you like this, you might like novels extra.
Yeah, I haven't read a lot of webtoons and not in depth enough to give a solid recommendation. And I don't really know anything that's really similar to this that I can recommend. I mean, there's
not really a trend for this particular genre in Japanese.
Yeah, well, it's just the whole ascending ascending thing. The only thing I can ever think that has even remotely similar things where it's you're ascending to some sort of achievement, physically ascending, is maybe Gourmet Dungeon, which is
fair.
It's
or Dine-In Dungeon.
I don't know Dine-In Dungeon, but yeah, Gourmet Dungeon, that's getting an anime next year, maybe, I think? I've read the manga, and the manga's a lot of fun.
Saki has had an epiphany moment here.
Yeah?
Get backers,
oh, Jesus Christ!
The Infinite Fortress! Guys, the Infinite Fortress. This is the Infinite Fortress. It exists in the same liminal space. There are weird people that are defined by the areas they live, the lower city, the middle belt, the upper levels. This is the Infinite Fortress.
You lost the person who gave you an approved with you on that anime.
Fuck you. This is the Infinite Fortress.
Unfortunately, you're left only with the people that gave Mez to get back.
Well, you're a bitch.
I don't even know Get Backer, so...
It's one of my favorite manga and anime series. Unfortunately, the anime was one of those ones from the early 2000s where they caught up to a certain point in the manga and then they just stopped making episodes. Gotcha. So the anime is forever unfinished.
It also got Studio Deaned.
Yeah. I actually like it. Just because he has something against the opening because he doesn't like the singer.
That's why I don't like the opening. Why I don't care for the anime is very different.
Yeah, he doesn't like the blue light or whatever in it. I actually really like the anime. I think it's really good, and I love the opening.
Okay.
I also have the first 20 volumes of the manga. They're not published anymore, so I've had to buy all mine used, but keep trying to find more volumes. I love it so much. It's so good. This is literally the Infinite Tower. It's like Kinji in the Infinite Tower.
Vaguely remember what that is.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any anime or manga that I've seen that the focal point is climbing up a tower, and I'm just trying to fucking blank here, man. There's probably one.
The thing is, it's not about climbing tower. It's more of just gaining more power. Is the thing about this. The tower floors are more just supposed to represent of game levels.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I can.
There it is. The Limitless Fortress.
That goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, Seki, you just got a bunch of bitches here.
Yeah, this ain't ringing any bells.
I mean, I know you haven't seen it. It's a very niche, like, 2000s thing. But, like, I love Get Backers. It is one of my favorite things ever. Consistently. It just makes me unhappy that no one else likes it.
We didn't like the anime, and to be fair, it got Studio Deaned.
That's fair. I am going to make you read the manga soon. And maybe you'll like the manga more, and then I'll have someone to talk about the Infinity Fortress with.
I ain't stubborn enough to do that for you.
Is anybody else excited that Konosuba Season 3 is coming out?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Not really.
Oh.
No?
I'm not a big Konosuba person.
Okay, fair enough.
It was not one of my more popular isekais, in my opinion. Honestly, the characters just kind of annoy me outside of Darkness, who I love. And the Dullahan, who I love.
That's a weird pull. Not a lot of people like the Dullahan.
I liked him. He was funny. It was funny.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even really think you could call this like a Tower of God, like a death game kind of thing where it's like a death competition or anything like that. Like
power fantasy. These type of power fantasy levelings are not. They're not death games. They can be death games, but they are not inherently. Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint is a death game and a power leveling. But they don't have to be. It's a genre separate from that.
Tower of God, though, does end up playing with a lot of death game tropes, though.
Yeah.
It does in the end. Yeah, or
that's why I brought it up, because it kind of has,
Yeah.
it like feels like they want to try to make it that way, but they're like, no, we're going to keep this more action-focused.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Tamachi game is a good manga like that. It's not like, it's kind of death games, kind of not, because it revolves around death. So, yeah.
I mean, I recently watched Darwin's Game, and it was shit, but it was kind of like this. But it was also shit.
Yeah.
I regret watching the entire season. But I was alone, and I was house-sitting, and it was on.
Isn't this kind of like Danganronpa, or is it not like
No.
Danganronpa?
No.
No,
Okay.
Danganronpa is totally different.
I don't like Danganronpa.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not offended by that at all. I just know Danganronpa is totally different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, did you see Ultra Despair Girls? That game's kind of trash.
I've seen pretty much, because I know all of the Danganronpa stuff. I just remember, like, at a certain point, I click, like, this is all just kind of trashy.
Glorious. Amazing.
Well, let's see. What would you like to see in season 2, like that isn't explained in season 1? Let's do that. Right
Basically, all the world building that they neglect. Like, honestly, that's all that I think that I would like. I don't really care about the whole magic system. I don't really care about any of the characters' backstories or anything like that. It's just like the only thing that I would actually be pleased about seeing is just world building. Is they actually like show like what the world looks like, etc. Like how, like, okay, does everyone live inside the tower? Like the entire populace of the like world lives inside the tower, and the tower is just a metaphor for these different like lands or something like that? Or is there actually a physical fucking tower in the middle of some giant world that like no one can get into unless you're chosen? Like that, like I'm saying, is like that they never even explain that if the tower is a physical literal thing or if it's just a metaphor.
Yeah, like they do show like the picture, like during the OP, but like that might just be like some kind of thing someone just dreamt up, and like we're not that sure about that.
Like I mean, the biggest like world building thing that we got, like you mentioned earlier, is that like the sky's not real.
Yeah.
Like the sky is completely fake.
Sky's not real. They have a weird water magic thing to.
Yeah. Like, I'm assuming it's supposed to be kind of like a holy water thing.
Yeah.
Because there's
That's
like a couple
basically
like
what it is.
biblical.
It's divine water.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
That just keeps them alive and like everything. So it's weird. So yeah. I mean, for me, I want to see maybe Kun's backstory with the girl, and like I want to see them meet up more. Like I want to see like how that plays out, but
you want to see them go more in depth with some of these characters.
Yeah. But like Kuhn's like the biggest one because like he's the one we have I think the most backstory of at all right now. So yeah.
It's like, I remember very little of what I read further on, to be honest. So I don't remember if this was covered in this part or not. But I kind of want to see more of the politics play out because they hint at them a little bit here. But I kind of want those to be fleshed out more.
Okay.
Okay. Sakmat? Nothing? Really? Nothing?
I mean, I already kind of expressed myself.
Okay.
And I feel like I'm falling back a lot on the actual webtoon.
Well, I mean, what's something in the webtoon you're excited to see get adapted?
I want to get to Jihad.
Okay. So
I want to get to the
right?
I want to get to interactions with the main antagonist, and I want to hear about the backstory because Jihad has been the main antagonist for like 3 centuries or something. Like it's a long time because time is fucked, you know.
Right.
Seems like nobody actually likes him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and he's not the #1 most powerful person in the tower.
That'd be the administrator, right?
The
Technically, he's number
Guardians.
3. There are 2 people more powerful than him. Yeah. So I just want to get to Jihad and kind of the empire that he's created over the tower. I want to hear more about it.
I guess that
We're
gets
getting
in-
some of it because Jihad is Jihad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that gets into some of the like my hopes for more politics is more
Yeah.
Jihad because that's where
Yeah.
you
I
get a lot
kind
of that from here.
I kind of do appreciate, a series that's like the main villain isn't like the biggest, the baddest, and the strongest.
Yeah.
He's just there's other reasons. It's not he doesn't have to be the most powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And like
Exactly.
Rachel kind does it, but she doesn't do it well.
She's not much of a
No.
villain for most this season until the very, very end. She's just kind of a side character for most this season.
Yeah.
But she's a plot device.
Yeah.
She's a
Yeah.
plot device for the plot MacGuffin.
Yeah. So it's not really. It's interesting, but it's not really. I don't know. I just feel like we haven't gotten to the stuff I'm interested in yet.
Yeah, I feel like this whole season's just kind of meh.
I think it sets up an important stuff, but important stuff that will be expanded upon later and matter more later, looking
Yeah.
back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
Like
can
if we
see
were
that.
missing this and we started from season 2, you'd be very confused and we'd have to refer back to a lot of this in flashbacks. So
Yeah.
like once we get into season 2, this is going to be useful. But at the moment,
I think without having a situation where it's like, well, it gets good like 50 episodes in. This is about the best you probably could have adapted this season.
yeah.
God, you gotta love those situations.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, man, it gets really good by blank. It's my friend's never gonna live that one down. It's like, man, you should read the Dark Tower series. It gets really good by the 6th book. There's only 7 books in the series.
Oh god, I hate that. It should be by at least halfway.
No, it needs to be within like the 1st or 2nd, not halfway. You can't say no, dude. You can't tell somebody like, oh no, yeah, what like read a series that's 550 chapters.
Don't fuck with Seki.
But
She's
it
a
gets
One
really
Piece
good by
fan.
the 300th. That's not a selling point.
Don't fuck with Seki. She's a One Piece fan.
And I
Oh, yeah, I
personally
know.
hate Skypiea and Thriller Bark.
I don't even know what the fuck those are.
Skypiea is the arc after Alabasta, and Thriller Bark is the one before the Paramount War.
Like I said, those things mean nothing to me.
2 of the main
Remember,
arcs from the early
I
series.
dropped One Piece when I saw they reunited after the time skip, and I went, yeah, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, don't you can't come at me that way because I like Naruto, I like One Piece,
Yeah.
I like Fairy Tail, I like Bleach.
Well, you see, so the thing is, some of those...
My entire anime career is predicated on it gets good after episode 300.
Yeah, well, you see, that's the thing, though, is that, like Naruto is not good, but it's interesting, and it has interesting ideas. It just doesn't hold up over time. That's Naruto's problem.
Don't look at me. I agree with him.
I don't.
Yeah, and
I'm sorry.
Bleach is a totally different beast.
I've never seen
in of
Bleach.
itself. So,
I can't
I'm
protect
sorry.
you here. I've
I
never
have
seen
different
Bleach.
opinions.
Well, no, I mean, you can have different opinions. It's totally fine. It's just like, that's never a good selling, when you're trying to sell somebody on a series, that's never a good way to tell them. It's like, it gets really good after blank.
I don't know, my opening pitch for One Piece is, once you get through East Blue...
That's the first, like...
It's like the first 10 volumes, yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's not selling points.
There's a difference between it gets really good after episode 200 and, like, JoJo, it gets really good after episode 10.
No, like, if anyone says they, like, I've told this to, anyway, like, if anyone says, yeah, I don't like JoJo, I look fair. 100% fair. Like, JoJo, like...
That's fair on its own. Now Strike times that by 30.
Oh, yeah. Where it's just like, yeah, just... If you don't like JoJo, I'm not gonna blame. I love JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but if you don't like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, I do not hold anything against.
Are you like a caught up to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure person? You like me and Realm, where it's like you're very far behind, but you like always having JoJo to fall back on.
I am not. I have not finished JoJo Leon, which supposedly it's the last official JoJo that Araki is gonna work on, because I guess he's told certain mangaka that they can do spin-offs of JoJo, but he himself, I think, is done doing JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Look, I'm in it for the long haul, not the good haul.
Yeah, Steel Ball Run wasn't even supposed to be JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. It just kind of happened to be. He just kind of fell back into it.
It was supposed to be more of a spiritual successor than the actual continuation of the series.
Yeah, but JoJo Leon is kind of the same thing, where it's like he's doing like an almost like reimagining of Part 4.
I'm in it for the long haul, not the good haul.
Fair enough.
That is the only accurate way I can describe
I remember the conversation we had when I asked like how long has One Piece been going on, and we talked about that, and you said, "Oh yeah, but Oda's gonna finish it like after the next 2 arcs or something." And I looked at you and I said, "Yeah, but his arcs can last up to like 8 years."
Look, we are within 3 years of the end.
Within 3. Please, for the love of God, don't let him have a heart attack or something.
I would actually murder someone.
How do you think I felt?
Fam, I would make sacrifices to every death god in existence to retrieve Oda if he died at this point. Well, I refuse to not have One Piece end within my lifetime.
Well, how the fuck do you think I felt when the author of Berserk died? I was like, dude, I've been reading this since high school and you're gone now. Like, how can you do this to me?
Who do I need to kill and whose blood do you want?
Yeah.
For this to work, because I need some sort of exchange.
And for the record, no, I'm not dissing on the guy because he died of health problems, okay? I'm just saying that I'm brokenhearted, that I'm never gonna be able to see Griffith get stabbed in the fucking face. God, I hate that guy.
Yeah. Although, with Oda, since he does plan it out, you're more likely to
his last 4 editors have known the exact plot details.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
Because that's the one thing I wanted from, like, that's what, like, me and a lot of other people I've talked to, like, wanted from the author of Berserk, which I'm like, totally blanking on his name right now.
I don't remember.
They were like, just write down
how it's
this is how this ends, and then give it to your friend or something, and like, okay, if anything ever happens to me, put this out online.
I'd be surprised if people didn't know how it was going to end, because that's kind of something, if you're an editor, you want to make sure you know that they have an ending in mind.
Well,
yeah,
apparently
but some authors won't.
So apparently the mangaka that is going to be taking over Berserk.
Oh, someone confirmed to be taking over?
Yeah, because he was a really good friend of the original author, and he knows how it's supposed to end, and that's why he's taking over for it. Which I'm not sure how I feel about, because I've seen his art style. It's very different. It's not bad.
Well, he can't be blamed for that.
Yeah.
He can't be blamed for that.
Well, that's the thing, is that a lot of people are going to hold him to the standards of the original author, which is totally not fair.
Yeah.
But, like, and his art isn't bad. It's just a different style to it.
Yeah.
So I'm cautiously optimistic to see if he does choose to take the reins on it.
It's gonna be fucked. Look, here's the thing. Oda's not gonna die. I'm prefacing this now. This isn't theoretical. That man will not die. I will keep him alive if necessary. Don't care what I need to do.
I just imagine he's got, like, the fucking, like, needle from Pulp Fiction. Don't die on me!
Literally. Anyways. But, like, even if he did, like, several editors have known exactly what's going to happen in the story. It's been fully planned out for at least the last, like, 7 to 10 years. But I mean, and I wouldn't blame it if the art, like if someone else had to take it over and the art style changed, because Oda doesn't let any of his assistants draw the main characters.
I remember you mentioning that.
Oda draws every single Straw Hat in every single scene by hand without references himself. So, you know, that's the sort of thing I would not blame another author for if it changed.
How many years exactly has Tower of God been going on?
Since 2010.
Okay, wow. So it's been going on a while.
So yeah. It's.
I did not think this was that long. Like, I mean.
Yeah, 2010.
I did not expect it to be that long of a running series. Holy cow!
I don't think it's showing signs of ending anytime soon.
No,
Jesus.
not really.
So it's in the, for the long haul too.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, like as Sekhmet was saying, like in the earlier episodes, like this is very much when you start out, you're just doing it like as if fanfic. So when you got time, and you just do it, and then you post it.
Well,
and
he
like,
did it while he was in the military.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's another thing about the story that I felt was kind of weird is that they specifically set up Bomb to be like the author. Sorry, no, the viewer surrogate, because he doesn't know anything, and obviously everyone's going to have to explain everything to him, and they just kind of go, shut up, kid.
Well, I
mean...
It's
like, no, we're not going to explain anything to you, shut up. And it's like, alright, that's a little
okay.
strange that you'd set it up that, like, you look, it feels like you're setting this up so, like, you can have things explained to the viewers as well. But they kind of don't, they just kind of go, shut up, kid.
I mean, look, I'm gonna be honest here. I would say that this is an odd length, but God of High School ran from 2011 to literally this year before it ended. So,
okay,
you know, that's another webtoon that had a 10-year runtime. Yeah, but
Yeah.
literally, so God of High School literally ended on October 28th of this year.
Oh wow!
This is not. Like an old ending.
Also, you think this anime has pacing problems?
Oh, Tower of God. Also, and then if you look at Noblesse has been publishing since 2007 and didn't end until 2019.
Okay.
It published for 12 years.
I just wonder if webtoons just have long runs.
It depends. Some are short, some finish, but a lot of them, once they get popular, they'll just keep going. Solo Leveling and Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint and some of the others are a little bit of a difference, because like Solo Leveling's done. There are only 171 episodes, 221 chapters in the novel. It's relatively short compared, but like Gamer's on episode like 500.
But Solo Leveling was a web novel originally.
Yeah, but a lot of the Noblesse was a web novel originally.
True.
This is fucking, like I said, the Gamer's on episode like 500 and something and still going.
Metro 2033 was technically a web novel.
That's it. Web novels are a little bit more international in the webtoon format, because like you do see that in Japan with like both ReZero and Konosuba were web novels originally.
Tapas and a couple of other webtoon services also publish web novels these days.
Okay.
There's also the web novel app, so they're just as easy to find. And a lot of them, like Tapas, sometimes publishes the web novel and the webtoon of the same series, which is really funny.
Yeah.
They do it for web novel. They do it for Solo Leveling, I think.
Yeah,
they have both the web novel and the webtoon.
I actually want to find a place where I can actually read the Konosuba web novel.
I mean,
I heard it ends differently. Like the endings are different between the web novel and the actual novel.
I mean, I imagine so.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyone got anything else to say before Seki announces her pick?
Suck it, Seki!
Fuck you. Anyway, I
thought it was like last things to say that were on topic. But
do we have anything last things to say on topic?
Anything like, okay, well, I was like, if it's just anything period we want to say, I mean, I'm just gonna say, you know, what the fuck, guys? It's like.
Is it because we only bring you on for shit things?
Yeah, I was gonna say, am I ever gonna come back on here and talk about a good anime?
On that note, the next anime is my first pick of the season. And for various reasons, which will be delved into very deeply in our next recording, which Bakage will also be present for, we are going to be watching My Hero Academia Season 1.
Woo.
Yeah, you aren't coming back for good anime anytime
No.
soon.
Oh. Oh, snap.
I feel attacked.
How do you feel about Mob Psycho?
I wasn't here for Mob Psycho.
We haven't done Mob Psycho.
No, I will be doing
He's
Mob
saying-
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I love Mob Psycho. I love
Yeah.
pretty much everything about Mob Psycho.
Well then, wait.
Reagan is like the shittiest person, but also the most wholesome person I've ever seen in an anime.
Amazing.
Okay, well then you're going to have to wait probably.
What's my friend's favorite
month
Reagan
or
joke?
more?
Well, okay,
Yeah.
so you've seen Boku no Hero.
Yes.
I've seen Boku no Hero. Only a couple episodes, but I have seen it. You've seen Boku no Hero.
Yes.
You've seen Boku no... We have all seen Boku no Hero.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm someone who's grown up on comic books and superheroes, so I have a lot of opinions on Boku no Hero.
I also have a lot of opinions on Boku no Hero. They're probably very different opinions than yours, though.
Well, I'm interested to hear them. If I'm invited back, I'm
You are
definitely-
invited back.
Well, excellent. I'm looking forward to hearing about them.
Well, you'll get to come back for an actually good anime.
Hooray!
Fuck you.
Did you not like it?
Nickname.
No, I said that mostly just to...
Just to get a rise out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, like this before I even asked. I saw you with that shit-eating grin on your face.
You will eventually, like, someday we're gonna invite you for something that's an absolute masterpiece, like 86 Season 1.
Okay.
Oh,
Someday.
We had you on for Puella.
Someday.
Yeah!
Yeah,
was all
yeah.
digital.
That was the
You
first
were
time I think I was
Puella.
on.
Yeah.
I was on was
It all went
yeah.
downhill from there.
Yeah, exactly. Nothing good after that.
Hey, at least you weren't the one we invited for Citrus.
Oh God.
Oh.
I remember we tried watching. When we were hanging
Yeah,
out,
we
watched
discussed
like
this.
what 10 episodes of Keijo.
Yeah.
And then we tried watching one episode of Citrus and
We
turned
got
it off.
14 minutes
Yeah,
in.
14 minutes in, and we turned it off. But we watched 10 episodes of Keijo.
Yeah. So at least you didn't get brought back for that.
Yeah.
Why do we only bring guests for shit stuff thus far?
Because it's funny to watch them
Assassin's
suffer.
Pride.
Because it's hilarious.
That's
Yeah.
you know
That's-
what? Not untrue.
That's it. My friend's favorite Reagan joke from Mob Psycho is the anti-Esper dropkick.
I will say, I'm going to be curious to see my reactions to Hiroaka rewatching it, because I'm going to admit, I've fallen out of love really hard with Hiroaka lately. Like in the last year and a half or so.
I'm delving too deeply into places I shouldn't be in Hero Aka, and it's become a problem. Hence why we're watching this.
Yeah, well, I remember the messages like, so I've been seeing a lot of blank, and I think I might need to get into Hero Academia now.
Yeah. So we're going to discuss this in depth next
Yeah.
time you see us on this section of the podcast.
Because
But TikTok is a disease.
out of any anime that I am like actively aware of going on, the shipping wars are real in Hero Academia.
I
Which is
now
funny, because I feel like
participate.
Hero Academia might be one of the least sexy anime I've ever seen.
False, according to my AO3 history.
Oh my! Oh.
Like, even the characters in Hiroaka they try to portray as sexy don't come off very sexily.
False.
I don't understand where the shipping wars come from.
Yeah.
I understand, but I've also never seen the anime past episode 2.
No.
Which makes all the opinions I hold really, really funny.
Yeah, well, this is conversations you guys need to save
Yes.
for that actual
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Thank you for coming and watching us.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. Had a great time.